What's going on, guys? Jerry with 3DHP. I've got more cool products in the mail from SUNLU. We'll check them out right after this. Yeah, this video today is sponsored by SUNLU. They just sent me out their UV resin curing enclosure and a big bottle of gray resin. So let's open it up and see what we got in the box. And then we'll check them out over on Amazon, look at all the specs and all the details. And it says the product size is 235 by 225 by 230 millimeters high. And the rotary speed on this is going to be 10 rounds per minute. The UV LED wavelength is 405 nm. Get my knife. Well, I don't need it. Here's a UV light bar. Be great for small prints. And lots of pieces. And we got the turntable. It's all white acrylic. Looks very nice. And we got more goodies in the bag. See, we got a timer. Instructions. Instructions are always nice. Explains how to put it together, how to program it. Little warranty card. Nice little Phillips screwdriver, yellow handle. Power adapter. And a bunch of little washers, plastic washers. And that's it. Let's see, extra little part laying here loose. And let's take a peek at the resin. Oh, cool. Big bottle. Got bubble wrap all around it. They're protected in shipping. Well, that's a nice color. It's a flask. Yeah, metal flask. 1,000 grams standard. UV wavelength 405 nm. This is gray. Very nice, very nice. Nice container. But we'll definitely be printing some goodies with that. Oh, and it appears I have a crack along the top. The top of the cap, if you can see it there, it's got a crack in it. Well, that's not good. I'll have to, when I open that up, check it out and see if that goes all the way through or not. And yes, that crack does go all the way through. So there's definitely a crack. I can go ahead and I can glue that and that'll fix it. And it's got a safety seal on the top that you pull. Now remember, when you grab these little rings like you have on a milk jug and you got to pull that ring out of there, wear safety glasses and wear gloves just in case. Because when you pop that out, you don't want to splash any resin in your eyes or on your face. So definitely be wearing gloves and your safety glasses when you pull that ring out. But I will have to glue that cap. Don't want no air getting in there. It's on the side. It may not affect it, but I'm pretty sure it will. So I'll have to fix that. No biggie. Anyway, let me jump over to Amazon and we'll take a quick look at their two products here. And then I'll give you a close-up cam and we'll start putting it together. And here we are over on Amazon in the USA. And here's your UV curing light box for LCD, SLA, DLP 3D printing model. It's 405 nm UV resin curing box with driven table, time controlled, do-it-yourself curing enclosure. It looks like it was $59.99. It's currently $49.99 on Prime. And let's take a look at some of the pictures here. This will be great for small statues and minis. There's a timer control. Quick action button. Yeah, usually when I cure stuff in a homemade UV curing station that I run over in the kitchen to the microwave and I got to turn on the timer. But yes, there have been times that I've forgotten. I've left stuff cure and they're way too long. So setting a timer and having a buzzer on it would be awesome. That'd be really good. And it's 9 inches tall, or 230 millimeters, by 9.2 inches wide, or 235. And it's 8 inches deep, which is 205 millimeters. Take a look at some more pictures here. Yeah, it'll be very simple and easy to put together. Alrighty, here's your resin. Rapid Resin LCD UV Curing Resin, 405 nm standard photopolymer resin for LCD 3D printing. Excellent I can't pronounce it. Fluidity. 1,000 grams gray is what I currently have, and their current price is $26.99 on Prime. And here's some of their different colors here. Anyway, let's get to putting the box together, download some models, do some prints. Okay, all the parts are clearly labeled 1 through 6. They've got numbers on them, little stickers. They're all labeled. So this is number 2 and this is number 1. So let's go ahead and run the power cord through the hole. Let's plug in the UV lights. I get my hand around there and get that plugged in. And that simply slips into the slot like yay. These little rubber O-rings are these little gaskets are what hold it together. So you just hook that on one side and stretch it. And put it right over the tab. Now be careful, then I'll go flying on you and fling across the room. Because I don't know how many extras I have here until I get done. That's 1, that's 2. And we'll go to number 3, which will be the right side. And there's a wire there we got to connect on the bottom, so we'll get that there in just a minute. So I can turn that around so you can see it. Hook it on one side and pull it up, and we're very simple. No screws to deal with. Not on assembly anyway. Okay, let's turn that over on the side. There's a little wire here to connect. Clicks right in. And go to number 4, which will be the top. And what I'm going to do on that bottle of resin, the quickest and easiest way to fix that will be, first off, before I pull that tab on the inside under the cap, I will shake it up, lightly shake it up and mix it up. And then I will unscrew it, and when I go to put it back on, I'll just take a rubber glove and a rubber band will be the easiest way to fix the problem, because I don't know how different glues might react to that cap, and it may or may not stick. We definitely don't want to get light in there, because if we get light in there, it's going to ruin the resin. So I'll just take one of my rubber gloves, put over the top. Now, if I've used this brand in the past, I would have extra caps. I have leftover bottles and I have extra caps, and it'd be very simple just to put a different cap on it. And a while back, I was doing a video and I was testing some different colored resins, and when I would go on the next sprint, I didn't have an empty bottle to dump the extra resin back in to mix a new color. So it's very advisable when you have empty containers, your resin containers, save them. You never know when you might need them for another project. So, you know, unless you have tons of them, save a few of them because you might need them, or you might need a cap, or you might need a bottle for something. Okay, let's go on to number 5. And there we go. Had to get the back end first. Now, hopefully these little rubber doohickeys don't dry rot, because if they get old and they dry rot, like the rubber bands, will break. But hopefully that won't happen. If it does, then we'll have to glue it together. Or we'll have to get replacement little rubber doohickeys and put on there. Now let's put the front cover on. Number 6. Oh, it's got a little switch here to shut off the power when you open the door up. So, little micro switch. SUNLU's got their name on the front. That's nice. Raised letters. And just spread that very carefully, and there we go. That's in. And I'm going to have to read about how you program this, but I threw away the rest of the instructions. They have 4 different languages that I noticed. I just tore off the one that pertained to the U.S. so it wouldn't have a big long paper. For time being, let me go ahead and plug that timer in. Take my DC power adapter and plug it in and see if we got some lights. And then we'll move on to some models. We'll get them sliced and start printing with the resin. And I'm really shocked the price, the way resins came down in price. Because the last time, I know last year when I was buying resin, it was like $40 a bottle or up. And they've got an awesome price here on the resin. Okay, it lit up in blue, if you can see that. I love blue. Cool for blue. Very nice. Go ahead and let's set. Okay, the power's on. It's timing down from 3 minutes. Now, if the door is closed, the light would come on, and there you can see it lit right up. And let me trip the switch by hand. You can hear the little motor running, and boy, is that bright. That's very nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously this won't work for giant prints, but a lot of people don't want to print big. I mean, a lot of stuff you see around me, I print really big, but for something on my Elegoo Mars, this will be perfect. It's glowing. It's blue. I love the color blue. LEDs in blue. And it's timing down. So once it gets down to 0, it'll automatically shut itself off. Because a lot of times in the homemade UV chamber that I built, which is out there now, I'm looking over here, I'll put stuff in there for like 8 minutes. And it's on a turntable, that's clear, and it's got lights all the way around it. And then I put it in for another 3 or 4 minutes. I'll change sides. And it looks like this is getting plenty of reflection all the way around it. But yeah, that's very bright. Very nice. When you open it up, it automatically shuts off. I like it. Very cool. Well, let me jump into some models here, and we'll see what we can find, and then we'll get some of their SUNLU resin. We'll throw it in the Elegoo Mars. I only have the 1 resin printer at this time. And if any companies are watching, I would love to review a much larger resin printer. I need a much larger resin printer. I'd love to review one and do a series of videos on it. But we're good for now, so let's move on. Yeah, I was just looking through the paperwork. It doesn't talk about the buzzer. It does say buzzer on the control pad, so evidently it's not activated. It doesn't talk about it in the paperwork, so it's no biggie. It shuts off and you hear it. It doesn't need a beep. You know, too many things around my room make noise, so my phone, there's always something going on. Anyway, no biggie. I just noticed here we have, let's see, 6 little extra O-rings and a little tiny plastic bolt screw if we ever need it for anything in the future. So if any of those ever break, there are extras here. So just put them back in the supplied baggie and put it with your nuts and bolts, your printer parts, and you'll have them. So looks like we won't need to ever substitute anything. We have plenty of extras. Yeah, I'm just looking at the bottle of resin here. It's got a big safety label on the side that explains it. Let's talk about it. It said it's guaranteed for at least a year after opening. It's how to store it. Different protective measures if you want to get this on your skin or eyes, what to do, how bad it would be. Or not how bad it would be, just tell us what to do. So, it's nice. It's got a warning label there. So, this is a cool container. I think I'm going to keep that container when it's empty and clean it out and use it for something else. That's pretty cool. So, I like that. Anyway, show you the label here. And yep, I'm getting older, so when I want to read something, I got to put on reading glasses. Otherwise, it's blurry, and it seems like when I get older, also I need more light. But let's go over here to the UV curing station here. Let's put Freddy in there. And let's go ahead and put his hand in there next to him. And I'm going to set that on 6 minutes. So come over here to the timer. Run that up to 6 minutes. Okay, there we're at 6 minutes. Hit set, and now it's on. And once that's done curing at 6 minutes, I'm going to turn the statue sideways to cure the bottom of it for probably 3 minutes. And then I'll move on to each print. And then if you should happen to open the door for any reason, it shuts right off. You can check it and see it. And just close the door, and then it continues. I can barely hear the motor running. It's very quiet. Nice looking case. And it appears to be reflecting off all the walls very well, but it's rotating, so. Well, I've been printing all week, going crazy printing. And the only issue I've had with the resin was a crack in the cap. The cap had that slight crack which needs to be fixed. You need to glue it or do something with it. But the resin's been printing great. The UV curing station, the enclosure, works awesome. As you can see in the video, it works really good. The quality of the prints from Photo Cement, they're beautiful models. Let me show you a close-up here. Like there's Freddy Krueger. He has 2 versions. Photo Cement does one where he's got a hat on and a hat off. And it came out very nice. And the base is separate. I just stuck it together. And I've got a few little support places here and there I've got to sand down. But the quality came out really good. They're very sharp edges. A lot of resins I've heard of, there's not enough pigment in the resin. You might have rounded edges, not be real sharp, but these just came out beautiful. Resin does print really nice. The price is really good on it. And here's Frankenstein's monster. Awesome detail. Very crisp print. And here's Jason. Came out really super good. And like I mentioned, with the hole in the back and the hole in the bottom, I'll just take a drop of resin with an eyedropper or a Q-tip, hit my UV flashlight, and cure that over. Then I can lightly sand it and paint it. And I missed a couple supports removing them. There's like one right there by the eye, but they're real simple to get off. It's best to remove them before you cure it. And here's my Muppet Jason. Now, I got resin underneath my FEP when I was curing this. And here's a Muppet version. The mouse got screwed up. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. I went ahead and cured it. I'll keep it. And I'm going to call that Muppet Jason. So I don't have a base for it. I might print the base out and put it on a little base. But that's kind of funny looking. So, yeah, and I found out the little yellow screwdriver that it comes with it. What this is for is when the light strip in the back has little tiny plastic bolts that you can you tighten the little LED strip on. That's what this is for. And if the turntable should ever loosen up on you, they supply the little screwdriver to just snug it up a little bit. And there's 6 extra washers. And, you know, it's a nice little box, nice packing. It's a great value for the price, I think. And I don't love and review. I mean, everything I review, I don't always love everything that I review. But I have no problems here. It's a great price. The resin's in a really cool bottle. It prints really nice. I've still got probably a quarter of a vat of resin. And there's more in the bottle, so I still have a little bit extra. It's a very nice container, which I'll probably keep. Once this is empty, I'll probably rinse it out and, I don't know, use it for extra resin in the future for pouring resin back in or something. Just need to fix that cap. So that's the only issue I had with the cap. The company knows about it. They're working on the problem. So, I don't know what else to say here. It was great. And I got another video I'm getting ready to put out on some other stuff that I'm doing by Photo Cement. But, yeah, SUNLU hit a home run with this one as far as I'm concerned. Great product. The resin's great, the price is great, the UV curing station works good. And a problem I have, a lot of times in my homemade UV curing station, I go to the microwave and I set it for 6 minutes. I typically cure a print for around 6 minutes. And then if I have to do the bottom, then I lay it on its side or on its back for 3 minutes. I go off and watch TV or I forget about it. The timer goes off, I don't know it. And an hour or two later, like, oh no, I forgot about it. And that's kind of crazy. This one, it turns itself off. You don't have to worry about forgetting about it. You set the time for whatever you want. Typically 6 minutes is what I do on a lot of prints, and no problem. And it works great. So please like, subscribe, share the video. I'd really appreciate it. And if you like some cool discounts, there's links below in the description. So everybody have a wonderful day and happy printing. Thank you very much.